Look at us, 2 weeks in a
Look,
row. When was the last? Have
two.
we ever done that? I think we
I
did
don't
that when
think
we
we've
first started. No, I think the
nothing.
first. No, no.
No, I don't think we've done anything consecutive back to back like this. This is like we're responsible adults all of a sudden.
But maybe it doesn't count because I haven't posted last week's because all the top secret stuff.
Oh yeah, all the top secret stuff.
I mean, I did post the
Then it's
clips.
not so top secret anymore now.
Well, yeah, that. Um, but I only posted clips that didn't talk about the coming features from last week. So I think maybe I can actually post the entire thing. We'll see. Still thinking about it. Still debating.
Well, it is this upcoming Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. I might do this one first. We'll post this one first and then we'll post that one after.
There you go. There you go.
I really hate being blind. I cannot see. But I'm
Where
so
are your
much better
glasses at?
looking without my glasses. That's what matters, isn't it?
I mean, and see, I take my glasses off and I look like John Wayne Gacy. I mean, it's horrible.
God. It's not like I need to read anything. It's okay if I'm blurry.
Yeah, right. Vanity. Oh, you're dinging again. You're dinging again.
So you bought a new trailer this week.
I did. I did. It's on order. They're telling me it's going to be here this week.
I'm not
So
patient enough for that. Like I would have gone and found one somewhere else. Like I'm too. My wife
I'm
would call it
loyal.
impulsive. I would call it probably impulsive too. I guess
Yeah, I'm loyal to these guys. They treat me so well. Like,
that's
and I
fair.
hate. I'm not going to drop names or anything, but man, I roll in there, and if I need something, they're on it. And they don't like this grain trailer. This gray trailer that came in after all the damage that was done to it. Like that day, we're working on it. That day, it was that Monday they started working on it. So there's something to be said about that. You know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So I bought a dump trailer this week too. Surprised my wife with it. Surprise. I I mean, but it's legitimate. And you and I had this conversation. And it's not that like I don't have a standing rule like Juan from $50 Club or anything like that. Like if I'm okay turning people away, but my dump trailers have gotten so popular and it's contractors that are using them that they're repeat customers. And that's just not
Yeah.
someone that I want to have to ever turn away. And
Correct.
so
Those
I went
repeat
in,
guys. Yeah.
I was in a situation where I didn't have one. And so I faked it and called the dealership. I was like, hey, I need a trailer like right now. And within 2 hours, I was picking it up. So,
Nothing wrong with that. Especially if it's going to keep renting out and it's going to make you money. You can go get it just to go do it.
last week I didn't realize you could hear my dings when people message me. So I'm going to see if I can actually turn that off. Sorry, Leah. Leah, my daughter, is our make ready person for the RVs, and she's cleaning one right now. And this is gross, but there's a good amount of shit splatter in the toilet.
Oh,
And she's messaging me telling me she can't do it because
she's in there.
the underside of these toilet seats, it's like it's grooved, so you have to like get into the corners and shit. And it's like, ah.
How much you
Yeah,
paying her?
you know what? She's 16. She makes $50 per clean. It probably takes her an hour and a half, maybe.
That's good money.
That's a pretty good money for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's good money for a 16-year-old.
Every once in a while she has to do with other people's shit, but
It is
don't
what
we
it
all?
is. Life
Don't we all?
lessons. Life lessons.
Exactly. Oh, good times. Yeah, so you bought a trailer this week. It's still on order. I bought a trailer. The guy was waiting for. I was coming back from the dealership attached to the with the trailer attached to me, and I unloaded it, and he took it. Like
Wow, that's
that was
impressive.
kind of cool. Yeah, no, it was kind of cool. I don't think my
So,
wife thought it was cool,
and
but
and I bought it enclosed because up here, one thing I learned last winter was my dump trailer moved very rarely. Any of my open stuff moved very rarely. What kept moving was my enclosed,
that's fair.
and that's fair. I mean, with the Wisconsin winters and so on and so forth, those were moving quite frequently. And if I can, and there were times where I had to turn people away because we just didn't. We only had two trailers at that point, two enclosed. So hopefully this winter it helps us make more
Just
revenue.
use a better naming convention this time around.
What do you mean?
I'm just teasing. The names that you had attached to those trailers the first time.
Oh,
I
that wasn't me.
that
That
was your
wasn't
wife.
me.
Did you just throw her under the bus? I think you just threw her under the bus.
She, do you hear that in the background? She's like, I didn't name those. I didn't name them.
He said, I didn't name those goddamn trailers.
uh, you know
Good
who it
time.
was?
Who's that?
Did you know who it was? It was our
If it
boy
wasn't
Taylor.
her, it had to be you.
It was our boy Taylor.
Oh, was it? Okay, there you go.
It was our boy Taylor. Those trailers were horrible. Yeah, I didn't like it either. It's like, how do I change this?
One thing that I try and get people to do on the front end is because a lot of people start with us with one trailer, two trailers, or whatever. And it's like plan for the future because eventually you're going to have to rename these and you don't want to have to rename them, right? Car hauler one, car hauler two, like that just isn't like you have to have some sort of um, logic to the naming. So extreme rentals without an E. He actually has like almost like a serial number, like a VIN number type. It's not a VIN number, but that's what he like from the very beginning. That guy has like 25 trailers though. He has a lot
That's
of
a lot.
trailers.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of trailers.
So
I've always
I,
wondered how these guys with those kinds of numbers do it all on their own. I mean, I got a hard enough time with 7 or 8, and it's like, holy cow, how do you do it with like Juan with like 30 or some odd number? It's like, how do you track? How do you keep track? How do you do all that? I mean,
I don't know how one does it because from yes, I know he has a website and all that, but it really does look like he's still pen and paper for the most part. Like I can't imagine trying to keep all that straight.
no
Even
way.
if it is just two or three a day or whatever, like you're still gonna run into where is that trailer again? Who has it? When's
Yeah,
it coming back? That has to happen.
well, for sure. And the double booking has to happen too.
You
Has
would think
to.
so. Well,
But
but
he's got
that
enough trailers now that
yeah, it
he's like,
doesn't
yeah, just take that one.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Like it's like yes, I have one for you because he knows he has a backup somewhere.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, I am not
Crazy.
interested in getting. I say that now. You never know, I guess, but I like I really truly like before buying this dump trailer, I did not want to buy another trailer. Like I want to be done and just enjoy what I have and rent out what I
Right,
have. With
right.
but I felt that like there was a sense of urgency with this one. I might so the only other one that I might buy is that one that I was telling you about, the seven
The
by
eight
six
hundred
from
dollar one.
utility. Yeah, it's $800. Like how can you and yes, it does need some TLC, but even if I put, $1,200 into it, that's
It's still,
$2,000. It's
yeah, it's a
still
2000. Yeah, I mean, good luck finding something like that even on marketplace that isn't absolutely demolished.
yeah, exactly. So no, that's yeah. But we'll see. They're looking for the title. I won't buy something without a title, obviously.
Right. You can't.
So
You can't. Maybe that's why it's so cheap. No title.
it's so one of my I've said this several times. My gym sits on a storage lot. It's 8 acres, and one of my gym members, his trailer's been sitting here, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna end up moving." I was like, "Why don't you just sell it to me?" Like, so now he wants to sell it to me, but he has to find his title because it's who
Why
knows where
not?
it's at. It's
Right.
an older
Right.
trailer. I think it's like a 16 or 17, but again, for $800, like why not?
And it's
Like
and it's probably barely been used on top of it.
it literally just it sits there. So it'll probably need actually he said it has new tires. It needs a new deck. I know that. So,
Well, that ain't the
yeah.
work. That ain't the end of the world.
No, it's not. It's not.
Especially if you do it yourself. Then it's cheaper.
I don't know that I want to do it myself.
Come on.
I don't have time, Ron.
Dude, I've seen you like build ramps and stuff. You can do it. You can do
Oh,
it.
I can do it. I've done it. I put the one on my 5x8, but
Do it. Do
I
it.
just, I mean, I guess, excuse me, now that RV season is pretty much over, I do have some time on the weekends. Like I was just telling you, this is the first time I've actually been able to be bored on the weekend. It was amazing.
That's crazy.
I did have a pickup this morning, but it was only 30 minutes away. So,
My phone didn't ring once today.
you know, um, I tell this to everyone all the time. Like, there's no set rules. Like, everyone's demographic is going to be different. Like, buying behaviors, renting behaviors. Like, you really can't trust what happens in my business and go off of that. Like, you truly can't. I
Right.
say all
For
that
sure.
to say a lot of people like charging premiums on the weekends because they're busy on the weekends. Dude, if I'm dead, I'm dead on the weekend. Like, I'm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is when I'm the busiest for sure.
My phone rings off the hook Monday morning because they think I'm closed on the weekends. So they call on Monday morning, and I'll have between the times of 6:30 and 9. It'll be rapid fire right at one after another because they think I'm closed or something. Even though on Google it says that I'm open 24
Maybe you
hours.
need a banner on your Google page and on your website that you're open
Mhm.
on the weekends.
Yeah. If only
That
I knew
might,
a guy to do that on my website.
yeah, like seriously. Seriously. Um, yeah. It was nice. It was nice sitting around. I still worked the whole time, but
Yeah.
to be able to not be it honestly it's stressful to be on the road delivering RVs. I'm sure I've told you this before. Like my phone is the busiest when I'm trying to drive, and it's
Of
like
course.
I'm not going to. I'll
Without
answer it
fail.
because it's hands free, but I can't message and I can't do things for customers. So I mean that's really when I become contactless. Like I will let people come and take the trailers on their own, but it's yeah, it's challenging. But
It's
yeah,
amazing.
so we have officially made the announcement that we're making big changes to our software, and we're going to host a not a webinar. We calling it a webinar? Did I call
You
it a
called it a
webinar?
webinar. You called it a
Okay.
webinar.
Okay. Well, we're having a webinar on Friday to talk about all the features.
So I got to bust your balls a little bit. Why did you do it at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon? Like,
I don't know,
nobody's going to show up to that.
dude. We already have 100 people signed up for it, so
Okay, so you're going to expect 50?
yeah, 50% will show up. By rule, 50% show up every time.
But if you had it for Saturday morning, you may have 300.
They can watch the replay on Saturday morning.
Was that a your decision or a John decision?
To be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember. But for webinars that we've done in the past, or yeah, a webinar. See, I keep thinking podcast. No, it is a webinar. For webinars that we've done in the past, about 100 people sign up for it, and 50 to 60 show up. So it's pretty
Yeah.
much in line with what we've done in the
Yeah.
past. But we still have 5 more days. Like I'll announce it a couple more times. We'll get more people on
Yeah.
there for sure.
You know
So
what else? You know what else you haven't done in a long time?
what's that? Saturday morning.
Shop talk.
Yeah, we need to. Now that the summer's over, I can probably start doing that again.
You got one more week. You got one more big push here at the end of August. That Labor Day weekend, and then I think you'll start to watch stuff start to tick down a little bit. Like July, I watched a big tick down, but so in the car business, it's kind of the same thing as July ticks down a little bit for us simply because the kids are out of school, but
They're
everybody's on
vacationing.
vacation,
Yeah.
right? And then come August and September, I think those are going to be busy months as well. So
I see the same patterns with the gym. So we gain a ton of people, not in January, surprisingly. You think you'd get the New Year's resolutioners, but our type of gym, they go to the Planet Fitnesses and the $10 gyms first, and they realize they can't do it on their own. So then February, March, April is our busiest time of the year where we get new people in because they realize they need actual
help,
professional help.
yeah,
And we lose people. So our 3 big months are January, June, and September. And that's because like your lifestyle changes and that just, people's rhythms change at those times. And it's the same thing with this. Our RVs are very like booked out halfway through May, June, and July. completely booked out. August, it dies. Like I do have 2 rentals tomorrow, and then nothing else for August, and we probably will not get a booking for August. And
Oh,
that's
that's
just
crazy.
I've been doing it long enough. Like I this is our 4th year. Like I'm okay with it. There's other people that do the RV thing like as a living, and so then they're out there marketing and doing other things. Like I'm just okay riding the tide, you know. So, but then September, they're already booked up for Labor Day. They're booked up at the end of the month. There's some convention or something coming, and then we get some for the holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, a little bit of Christmas, and then it's dead January. And then from February to March, it just starts to like slowly start to climb again. So it is very, everything's the same. Everything's cyclical. Once you've been doing it long enough, you can start to watch the patterns. And there will be patterns in everything if
Oh,
you
for
if
sure.
you
For
watch.
sure.
But that's why you need data, right? If you don't have data in your business, then you're flying blind and you can't plan for the downtime. So, like for me, if the RV thing was my main source of income, I would know like I need to market for August because it's going to be slow otherwise, and I need to fill the calendar manually. So you need to know those things if you're going to go into a business and depend on it. Like you, it really, really, really surprises me that there are software companies out there selling their product and they don't have any kind of financial data for their customers. Like how? Like it blows my mind. Like how can you operate? Like that's not a real. This may offend people. That is not a real fucking business. I'm sorry. If you do not have
No, it's
data,
not.
you are not running a real business. Like, I mean, yes, you are. Obviously, you are. Okay. But you're not like, you've never done it before because no one would do business with someone that doesn't provide reporting. You need reporting.
And that,
Sorry.
so I'm going
I
to
got a
touch
little
on that, and
passionate there.
that's where I see a big difference, like between Rentflow and those guys. Is those guys don't take this seriously. Like they just want to give you your program to rent stuff out, and they'll leave you to your own devices past that. And it's like, how do you do that? Okay, if you're gonna create this as a business and you're gonna be serious about this, how can you not have all the facets laid out in front of you that you need? Sure, rental software is great. It'll bring people to you. They'll rent your trailer and they'll drive off. But let's say in year two, you want to go to the bank and say, "Hey, bank, I'd like to make this a big deal. Okay, I need a business loan or I need a small business loan." Well, they're going to be like, "Well, let's see your financials.
Financials. What's that?
What are those?" Well, don't you have those? Well, no, I just put all the green in my pocket. Okay, you can take off now. See you later. No loan for you.
If your rental software does not have report, I'm not telling. This isn't a Renflow sales pitch. This is not. If your rental software does not give you any kind of insights, I how do you know what's coming and going? Yes, you can go to your bank account. Yes, like there are other ways, but why should you have to have workarounds to figure out what's flowing through your business? Like that asinine, absolutely asinine. It's crazy to me. In case you don't use Renflow, so what we do provide is you can filter by whatever time period you want, but then there's also defaults: month, quarter, year. You're going to see overall revenue. You're going to see revenue by item. You're going to see revenue by category. You're going to see raw data, and it's all exportable too. Like the data that we give you is yours to keep. If you ever say, you know what, screw Renflow, I hate them, I don't want to use them, you take your data with you wherever you're going to go. That's okay because that's your data. Oh, that's a lot of soapbox. I'm getting fired up. It
Hey,
frustrates me. It frustrates
well,
me.
whenever you see these other companies out there just taking an advantage, yeah, I can, yeah, okay, let's $49 a month. That's great. Okay, whatever it may be.
You get
But
what
it
you pay
doesn't get
for.
you anything. It doesn't get you anything. And what are you gonna you might as well take your money, throw it on the floor, and light it on fire. Seriously. Or be like Juan, where you go buy paper. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
And there's
mean,
nothing wrong with that. Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're truly trying to build a legitimate business, if you're trying to build a future, if you have dreams or aspirations of making it a full time deal, you need to treat it like a full time deal. That's the truth. And on the front end, you're going to have to work 80 or 90 hours. What's the saying? I'm going to butcher this, but entrepreneurs will work 80 so they don't have to work 40. That is absolutely the truth. I am proof positive of that. If I'm awake, I'm working 7 days a week without fail.
I tell my customers, if I'm awake, I'm answering my phone. Plain and
That's
simple.
that's that's my reality. That's our reality, and you have to be willing to do that. But you know what the positive to that is so my I we have one kid. She's 16. She's phenomenal. She's a like a high level. To give you people don't still to this day don't know what CrossFit is. If you don't know what CrossFit is, it's a sport. Okay, she was this last year in the semifinal round, which is like so. There's the open round, then there's quarterfinals, then there's semifinals, then there's finals. In the semifinals round, she was 17th in the world, 17th in the world in the 16 and 17 division. So when you think about that, the 16 and 17 division is run by 17-year-olds because that one year makes all the difference in the world. Like they are that much more developed. When you take out the 17-year-olds, she was the third fittest 16-year-old in the world. In the world. I don't even remember where I was going. I'm just bragging on my kid. Where was I going with that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Damn it. Where was I going with that? I was going there was a point to that. I guess we're just going to brag on my kid. Like she's phenomenal. Oh, the trade-off is if we're going to go and we're going to travel. So like in June, we went up to, where was I at?
Michigan.
Michigan. I was in Michigan for a competition. I can pick up and I can go because I have the freedom to do that. In September, we're heading to California. She's doing a competition in uh, South Beach. I don't fucking know. It's somewhere in California. I can't remember. It's Wadapalooza, SoCal. We have the freedom to be able to do that. And so that's the trade-off is yeah, I work a hell of a lot, but I have the freedom to like, I don't feel like working right now. I'm going to close my computer and I'm going to go and have lunch with my wife and my kid. You know, like that
That's the trade-off.
that is the
That is the
trade-off.
trade-off.
And I wouldn't give that up for the world. I know you still have your 9 to 5. And so I feel a little bit bad saying this, but like, it's like, I can't imagine. And you know what? That day may come. You never know
It will
what's
come.
going to
It will
happen.
come. It's going to happen.
Where I have to go back to a 9 to 5?
No, where I'm going to be off from. I'm not going to have a 9 to
No,
5.
what I
I'm
was
going to
saying is
have a
like,
7 to. I'm going to have a 7 to 10.
yeah, but what I was saying was you never know. Like I may end up at some point having to go back to a 9 to 5. Like don't count your chickens, right? But so my wife and myself work for Renflow. We own the CrossFit gym. We own Sunnyside Up Rentals. Like we do our business together. Like man, like when we stop and we think about it, like we are literally living the dream. And I recognize that. Yes, we work our asses off. Yes, I work 7 days a week. Yes, it's like sun up to sundown, but it is fucking worth it. It's worth
Every
it.
bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Working
I
for
wouldn't
yourself
trade
is
it.
where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
trade it.
agree with that. I can't wait for the day.
It's, I mean, you know, I think for you in particular, if it's the trailer thing, like you you will again, it comes back to the data. Each trailer brings in a certain dollar amount per month on average, right? Whether it's $1,000 to 1,500, probably somewhere in there. So what does that number need to be for you to be able to do it full time? You know, if it's $10,000 a month or $15,000 a month, well, then you need that many trailers. So that's like, you have to be able to plan in that way. And by the way, I was looking at our stats the other day. I won't publish this stuff, But you, my friend, out of everyone that's using the new system, has the best revenue per trailer out of the entire group. So what
Nice.
does that tell me? What does that tell me? That tells me that you, better than any of us, is out there marketing your business and doing the things that you need to do to grow your business. Because
And
go ahead.
that's the biggest thing is I honestly believe that if I didn't have to show up from 8:30 until 6, those days of 8:30 to 6 would be in front of people marketing that business, being at the businesses that are open at that point in time, being at the gravel pits, being wherever you need to be, just being your own salesperson. And that's what we are. We're our own salespeople. It's just how much work do you want to put into that?
100%. And what I would tell you is do not wait until you think it's ready. Wait until you think it's about 75% ready and then go. Just fucking do it because you know what? You've been in the car business your entire life. Like if shit hits the fan and it doesn't work,
Go
you
back to
don't
it.
don't tell me you can't go find the same job somewhere else or go back to the same place because I
Oh,
know
for
you
sure.
can. And it's the
Yeah.
same thing for me. Like if shit hit the fan, I'd be managing a casual dining restaurant somewhere. You know that I spent 12 years with Chili's. I worked for you probably do. Is Zoe's even in over there? Zoe's. It's like a little. I only went to Zoe's for like a brief minute because my area director at Chili's got laid off, and that pissed me off. So I followed him to Zoe's. But then I was only there like a year, and then said I'm going to do the gym thing full time. So here we are.
There you are.
But I will tell you this: like I don't know how you feel when you're there at the dealership, and like your heart's not.
Oh, dude, all I want to do is get out of there. All I
Yeah,
want to do is get out of there. And,
like
and
it,
I sit there like in the downtime, because there's downtime in every dealership. Okay. And it just drives me insane because I'm like, I want to get out of here and I want to go talk to people.
you know
I want to
how
get out of
long
here.
ago I sold cars? They would make us go to the white pages and call people.
Yeah. Is this
Uh,
Tom? Oh no, this isn't Tom. Well, Tom, this is Bill. Oh, Bill. I meant to call Bill. Yeah, that stuff. Oh, it was that was horrible when we had to do that.
good
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. But no, seriously, I'm I'm counting the days. I'm waiting. I'm literally like, yeah, can't wait because it's
Yeah.
gonna
So,
happen.
but again, like kudos to you because the data, because we have it available, it tells me it's that right there on paper that Ron at G Town Trailer Rentals does a fucking fantastic job getting out there and advertising his business because you're making more per trailer than anyone else. And it's not because you have higher rates, it's because your trailers are busier than any of ours. That's a really that's something you should be proud of. No, you're not making the biggest gross revenue, but per trailer you're making the most out of all of us. So be
The
proud of
one
that.
thing, the one thing I do like, is like I like being able to add on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's huge. That's huge. I really
It
want
takes
to
a it
start.
takes a it takes a 120 rental to a 175 rental in a blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, and that's how can you look at that and go, oh no, I want to give this to all those people. You know how
You
much
should
money you're leaving on the table?
you
How
should
much money?
really consider doing the tire warranty charge
I thought about that. I thought about that.
because
What
you're
what do
like
you
you
even charge for that? Like I don't even know what I would even charge
20
for that at the
bucks.
time.
20
20
bucks.
bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
20, even fucking 10. Like it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
because if you're getting warranty on your tires anyway, so discount tire, for example, the warranty is about 40 bucks. So you take the tire in, they replace it for free. Then you just have to pay to warrant the new tire, which is
New
40
tire.
bucks. So it's $40 to replace it, two rentals, and that's already paid for.
Paid.
Right.
Paid. Yep.
It, and that way you can really be like, hey, You are 100% responsible for the tires. It doesn't matter the reason. It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter. I keep fresh tires in good condition on these trailers. If you have a blowout, you are responsible for that trailer, for that tire. You don't have to worry about it for $20.
Yep.
Sign me up.
Yeah. I'll take that all day long for $20.
Or
And
whatever it is.
what's the percentage? What are the percentage odds of something's going to happen?
1
4,
in
5.
50, 1 in 50 maybe.
Yeah.
I'm so annoyed. Like when I was very, very young in the business, I put Goodyears on one of my trailers because I want to do the best, put the best tires, which is fine. I already have fucking bald spots on one of the tires on that trailer. Like,
I
oh my God.
a couple weeks ago, I had my 14K trailer went out and it came back with a flat spot just in one. Oh, that was horrible because it was a brand new tire and it was $186. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
You know, it's frustrating to me though. Like, not frustrating, but it's like, I would never pin that on a renter because it's one tire. So that's not you dragging your tires. There's something going on with my trailer.
And that's what it was. So basically what was happening was the magnet was faulty inside the brakes and it was basically set the entire time. That brake was set the entire time. And whenever they stopped, it wouldn't gradually, it just slammed the brake shoes out.
Yeah.
So it would lock up that one tire. So not renter's fault. It's on the product.
And so, in case y'all don't know out there, guys, I am not mechanically inclined. Like, I am not that guy. I got into trailer rentals first because I was renting out RVs and it was a natural thing. But like a lot of people, one from DFW Trailer Rentals or whatever his business name is, $50 Club, it was constantly on my TikTok feed not nagging me, but if you watch a video to completion on anything, they're going to keep serving you that because they know you're interested. And so eventually I paid for the $50 club and then I was like I'm already renting these, why not that? And so I went and bought 3 trailers and here we are. So like I am not I wish I was. I need to learn. I am not mechanically inclined to be able to take the brakes apart and the bearings apart and anyway.
You just got to do it. Just got to do it.
I'm the software guy. I am not the tire and wheels guy.
I got it. You know, it's funny. I would like to know how many people out there are responsible in this business because of one.
You know what?
I found one during COVID, and I just started watching everything, and I'm like, this guy's onto something, man. He's onto something. He's a smart dude. I'm like, let him go, let him do it, you know? And yeah, I would like to know how many people out there are doing this because of him. I think that'd be an interesting statistic to see.
One is responsible for a massive percentage of the people that are currently doing this. 2 right here.
Yeah. And I can't believe there isn't a trailer manufacturer who hasn't sponsored him or anybody like that who has not sponsored him.
I don't think he wants it. When we first started, I tried to partner with him. I reached out to him and I'm good. You do your thing. Like he doesn't care if I post in his group. He doesn't he's good with what he has. Like he has no desire to do anything other than what he's doing. And you know what? Kudos to him for that. You know, it's not the same for other people doing other groups. And there's no right or wrong way. I'm not saying that anyone's right or wrong in the way that they run their stuff. I'm just saying that he's very happy with what he has. And like what he told me was, you know what, just give $50 club a shout out every here and there. And I'm good. Okay. Like that's easy. He's like, absolutely. You deserve that. Like he is responsible for Sunny Side Up Rentals. He is responsible for Rent Flow Solutions because that idea would have never come up if I didn't see his videos on TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok.
2.5 years ago, it's crazy. We've almost been doing this for 2 years. 2.5 years ago, I had no idea I'd be renting out trailers. I had no idea I'd be building software that supported trailer rental businesses. But that goes to show you that you have to you have to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to follow your instincts, because what I thought was just going to be trailer rentals turned into software, which turned into Renflow, which it honestly is going to end up being the biggest thing that I've to date ever done. So
Yeah, and that's the thing too. When I was looking to get into this and I was starting to get really serious about it, I'm like, car trailer and we'll just rent it out on the weekends or something like that, right? Like we'll kind of see what the niche is, see
yeah.
where we need to be. And the more I got into it, I'm like, fuck it. Both feet, let's go, jump in, jumped out the gate and bought 5, done. You know, I mean, why not? What do you got to lose?
If
Just,
you're gonna do it, do it. Do it all the
yeah,
way.
just do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's different for everybody. However they want to get started, however they want to do their business. That's just the way I did it. I just go big or go home. Leave it all to. There you go.
So let me ask you this: for someone starting out that's never done it, because I get a lot of these messages, and it's not really what we're trying to do. I'm not trying to necessarily be like a mentor and charge people for that type of, like, that's just not the avenue that I've wanted to go down. I will help you all day long, but that's not like there's other people that are doing that in that space, and let's let them do it.
Yep. Yep.
5 things, 3 to 5 things. What does someone need to do to start the business and be successful, in your opinion?
Just start.
Okay, I like that.
Just start. I don't care if you've got one trailer or you've got 10 trailers at your disposal. Just start. The number one, and this goes back to our conversation earlier. It'll never work if you don't get out and shake hands and smack backs. It's never going to work, because you're going to get on Facebook. You're going to get the marketplace people. That trailer's going to sit. You got to find different avenues in which to make yourself known. Okay, so that's the biggest one. Okay, the next one is and we touched on this in the last podcast. I think one of the most important things you can do is find yourself a tribe.
Yeah.
Find yourself a group of guys, or your wife, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, whoever it may be. Find somebody that's going to be there for you in the hard times. Somebody who's going to post you up, remind you why you did this, and hand you that. Those are the 3 most important things. I would say number 4 is going to be, don't go into this expecting to be a millionaire right off the bat, no matter what you do. Okay, because whenever you start a business, you're going to have, let's say you got 20 grand in your hand. Okay, guess what? That ain't going to be enough.
Nope.
So be prepared to be punched in the face, like you said, because it's going to cost you more money than you think it is. So, and don't let that stop you. When you get to that
Real
point,
quick, let me interject though, because as far as starting businesses is concerned, trailer rentals is relatively low on startup cost,
yes,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
compared to other businesses, right?
Let me see. 1 second. Am I charging? Yes, I'm charging. Okay. My computer told me it was low on battery, and it's a long story. It doesn't matter. No, I test.
Your microphone's off.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, no, I completely agree with all of that. So what would I add to it? In this day and age, you need a Google business profile. Like, before anything, before you even need a website, right? You need a Google business profile. And that's hard for some people because they're running their business out of their home, and Google wants proof of brick and mortar. Like, how are you running this business? Where are you running it from? Show me signage, like all of that stuff. Don't get tired of fighting with them. You've got to establish a Google business
You have to.
profile.
You have to. You
If
have to.
you're taking this business seriously, if it's just a backyard thing, shake it like a handshake type of business, then fine. Like just live off of Facebook Marketplace. If you're trying to build a legitimate business, you have to have a Google business profile. That is quickly starting to become you need a presence on the LLMs. Do you know what an LLM is?
Tell us.
I don't know who this is pulling up. This that so Chat GPT and Perplexity and Claude and all of those are starting to become I don't know who that is. Someone's here. Those are starting. She's here for our laundry. It's our lady that washes our linens.
Oh,
Those are starting to become search engines for people, and so
Chat
just
GTP and Grok and those
yes,
places.
exactly. You have to have that on your radar. Okay, but more than anything, your Google business profile. You need a website. You have to have a website. You know what's better than no website? A bad website. Just fucking get a website up. Okay. If you're pinching pennies and you really can't afford a software or whatever, you've got to have something up. Build something on Squarespace, build something on GoDaddy or whatever. But you have to have something because something is better than nothing. Okay.
People
Um,
have got to be able to find you.
People have to be able to find you. And at first, if it's just, hey, call my phone and I'll answer and we'll figure it out and we'll do pen and paper from there, great. Right. And so it that is kind of like the bare minimum. Like you have to have those things. Um, LLC, like, is it completely necessary? No, but you probably should have an LLC just to protect yourself
You should.
versus a sole
You should.
proprietorship. Um, that's what I'll stick with. You know, those are the important things. If you notice, I didn't mention you have to have Renflow solutions or anything that we do because you can at the beginning start without something like what we do. What we can offer you is to kind of like speed up that process, right? Because we're going to make you findable on Google. We're going to make you findable on the search engines and the chat GPTs and all of that. The website is going to help you get those bookings because it's very easy to do, and the digital documents and the reminders and the automations and the, hey, I noticed you didn't sign this agreement. You got to sign it. Here's the link. Like that type of stuff does start to get important, and the sooner you do that for yourself, the better. But it's not necessary. Like it's okay if you wait just a little bit. So
And I'm gonna add something to that. If you don't think that Chat GTP and Grok and all that stuff is important, then do me a favor. Go to your Chat GTP and ask Chat GTP to find you a trailer rental business in your area
yeah,
and see where you come up at.
do it.
Because I did it. I did it just Thursday,
Yeah,
and I was number 2.
there you go. That's it. You're at least on the list. That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. A trailer supply company beat me out.
And so guess who they're calling after that? You.
Yeah, me.
Because that person's going to answer and going to be like, we don't rent trailers. Why are we even on there?
Yeah, right, right.
You know, it's a constant conversation. So John, my partner, he is like, he knows all that stuff way better than I do. And it's a constant conversation that he and I have. Like his passion is getting Renflow users findable. And we were just talking about it the other day, like the LLMs of the world, that is like, that's the new frontier. And we have to stay on top of that because if we're not on top of it now, then we're going to be behind and
It's more the
we're
AI. It's more
not
the
going to let that
AI.
happen. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
So, but you know, if you're watching this and you're starting any sort of business, these rules apply to you. It's not just
Everything.
trailer rentals.
In everything.
It's not just CrossFit. It's whatever you're going to do. Like you've got to, it, there's no magic bullet. Rent flow is not a magic bullet, but you have to have all the pieces of the puzzle to at least get started. And then from there, you build on that foundation. And
You got to put the puzzle together.
you got to put the puzzle together, and you can't allow. We talked about this last week, and this hasn't been published yet, but you can't allow the turmoil to get to you, because turmoil is coming, right? Someone's going to damage your trailer, or three trailers at the same time are going to get damaged. And what are you going to do when that happens? Are you going to let that fold your business? Because then you're just going to be a statistic, and you're going to be one of those businesses that closes the 80% or 90% or whatever that closes in the first couple years and doesn't make it to year 5. It's like, who do you want to be? You know?
Yeah.
And that's not to shame you. If that's you and you want to move on to something else and try something else, that's okay too. That's okay. But just know that you're part of that statistic. I'm going to make it to year 5.
Honestly, your next business is probably going to be part of that statistic too. So just stick with what you're doing.
Yeah. Stick with your 9 to 5, and that's okay. Get a paycheck from that employer. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
there's nothing
there's
wrong
not.
with that. If that's who you're going to be, that's great. It's just not for me anymore.
Yeah, I said it last week with the CrossFit thing. When early on, I heard a long-term CrossFit gym owner saying how he had 50 members, and I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like that's what I'm getting myself into. Hell no! Like,
Fuck this.
no! Like we are going to make this. Not only we're going to make it successful, we're going to make it thrive, and we have. I mean, maybe at least top 3 in San Antonio. I don't know the exact numbers, but we are a successful gym. I will say this, and I know that because there's some hate for us in the CrossFit community in the San Antonio area, and not because of anything that we've ever done. It's like it's really hard to say. Like let me give you an example. There is a local CrossFit Facebook group, just like the trailer rental groups that are out there, that we joined, and I started posting in there, hey, like, you should read this book, you should do this, you should like financial acumen stuff. Like, this is the stuff that I know. Let me share, because that's who I am. I'm a giver. I am. And one day I went to post and I wasn't in there anymore. And I was like, what happened? And so I reached out to the admin, who is another San Antonio CrossFit owner. And he was like, yeah, your wife and yourself are no longer in there. Have a good day. I was like, wow, okay. So that's how it is. And come to find out, like, this is kind of funny. Like, I have whole, like, just like we have the trailer stuff, like I have whole email sequences and text automations and stuff. He stole all of our stuff. Like, he's used to the point where, like, he copied one of our emails and tells one of our coaches' stories in there, like, word for word, but he changes the name, and it's like, that's our coach's story. Like, so that's who you are. That's interesting. Okay, I get it. And so there's some animosity there because we've been successful. So yeah, people don't like to see other people succeed. It's a terrible thing to say or to think, but it's true.
It's 100%, and that's what I've always said is, if you're at the top, you're the loneliest.
It's true. It's absolutely true. And I see it in, this also. Like, you and I were talking about this. We're not going to name names or anything, but there's another company out there where people applaud the owner of this business for answering their phone, for customer support and things like that. And what is going to happen when they can no longer answer that phone because they've grown too much? Are you going to be mad because they grew too much? Because I promise you that will happen.
They will. They will be.
That absolutely will happen. And, like, shame on you for thinking that way. Like, Oh man, like
And you
I
set
don't know.
yourself up for it. You set your customers up to do that. I mean, you're literally creating a failure at that point, because you're never going to be able to, if you get as big as you want, you're never going to be able to help those people that have become accustomed to that. Like, I can I pick up the phone and this guy answers no matter what the time is, and then 2 years down the road, and you're just, I can't do it anymore, and then that customer feels unimportant. And guess what? They're going to start looking for the importance again.
And you know what? Okay, fine. On the front end, that's okay. But what is your plan for when that becomes too much? Because you have to have a plan and it has to transition well. And your customers have to understand that you're only one person. You're only one person, and they're however many, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 of them trying to get you to answer a question. Like, no, like there have to be systems in place. You have to have systems in place. If you're trying to do everything yourself, you are going to fail. Oh, good times. I'm excited for this release that we're going to do. I think that we're changing the game.
I think it's going to explode.
I
I
think
think I
that
think I hope you're prepared.
there's nothing close to what we're about to do. Like literally, there is nothing close to what we're doing, what we're about to release out there in the marketplace. It is, people are going to be copying us for sure. They're going to copy us, and that's okay. That's just the way business goes. But like, wow, like some of the features that we're releasing and the ease of use and the customer end and the your end and like it's we're in a league of our own, and I don't mind saying that. Like, I truly, truly think that this is going to change everything for everyone. For everyone, you know, it's. I mean, I think you better than most can speak to it because you've used all the systems. Like Rentflow was good. Now it's like, can you even compare the two? Could you imagine going back? Right? Like, it's
No,
night and day.
because I couldn't imagine going back to my pad. I couldn't imagine that. Like, I'll never forget the night you told me, you're like, "Hey, look at this," and I looked at it and I'm like, I can stop using my pad. I can stop carrying this thing around with me everywhere I go. This is phenomenal. That's why I think this is going to blow up. I think you're gonna. I think that this is going to change once the word gets out, and people, because everybody talks in this industry, right? So guys know other guys that are with other companies, and they're going to be like, "Look at this," and they're going to be like, "Oh, well, maybe I should give that those guys over at Red Flow a call."
You know, more than anything, having everything in one tile. Like you're not having to click over there and click over there and click over there and click over there to do things. Like that's the biggest selling point. But then all the features, like, oh man, like, oh, it's so fun. It's like kid in a candy store. Like that's really what it feels like. Yeah.
So I do have a request for one feature on that tile.
Okay.
Resend Google review. So I have people who, the system will send out the Google review, right? But then they're not home. Like, they're on their way home, or by the time they get done, like, what I do is, if I don't see a Google review from people in a couple days, I'll just send them a reminder. Hey, you know how important this is? And if I could resend that link to them just by hitting a button, that'd be fantastic.
I think I can do that like today. That's doable.
That's easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Done. I'll make it happen. How long have we been going? Oh my God, we went an hour. Look at that.
54 minutes. That's okay. If we got ground to cover, I don't think we need a timetable. If we got
There you
ground to
go.
cover, let's talk about it, you
There
know?
you go.
You know?
Good times. Okay. Well,
Yes, sir.
let's call it here. I think
Okay.
that's
All right.
an,
You're
an
done?
hour's
You're
fine.
good?
I'm good.
All right.
There's always next week. We'll
Always.
definitely do one next week after the release party.
So I'll talk to you about this out
No, 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 no,
afterwards.
no. Wait, wait.
So what I think we should do is I think we should invite somebody else in from RentFlow that's on the system. Just talk to them. You know what I mean? Bring them in, see what they have to say. Pick somebody new each time. I think that'd be fun.
Well, you're not going to be available, so.
What
But
do you mean?
that is a good idea. Like I'll see who's available to talk about it. Let's use both. I like that idea.
I'll be available. Whatever you need. Whatever you need.
I thought you can't do it on Friday at 2.
Not Friday at 2. No, I'm talking
Listen.
like our podcast, like
Oh,
on Sunday nights or
yeah.
or
Oh
Monday.
yeah, no, we'll do that for sure. I thought you meant on the Friday one.
No, no. So I'm gonna do everything I can to be there. I want to see what people have to say. I want to see the scrolling messages. That's what I wanted to see. I was really excited because I thought it was last Friday, and then I looked at the dates, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's next Friday, the 7th. So I can't wait to see the questions pop up. I can't wait to see what people are going to say. It's gonna be impressive.
I think so. Well,
And like I said, I think you got every right to be proud of this. I think it's phenomenal what you did.
yeah, no, labor of love, for sure.
Yeah, lots of late nights.
For real, like 2 in the
I
morning
know.
type, like
I know.
7 to 2 type of, for a long time. But
Like
here we are.
what's funny is one night, so I get up, I go to the bathroom, I look at my phone, and I notice that a customer had dinged me, and it was like 1:37. So I open up Messenger, and there you are with the little green dot right next to you. And I'm like, what is he doing up? Why is he on Messenger still? It's like 1:30 in the
Who
morning.
knows?
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm not usually up that late. Like I'm usually asleep by like 11 or 11:30.
Yeah,
Usually. But if a project isn't done, then I will, like I'm staying up until I've at least closed
it's
that
finished.
chapter. Oh yeah.
It's finished. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
All right, my man.
alrighty.
Good talk.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Talk to you later.